When we look at this, spirit-led Christians thinks of others and how they can minister to them. I'm trying to help you. Spirit-led Christians thinks of others and how they can minister to them. Spirit-led Christians are not so much concerned about themselves being in the spotlight, but they are concerned about how they can help others and how they can minister to them. But those who are legalists or who are in legalism, just a big fancy word for those that set rules and stuff, and in other words, a strict adherence to the principles, and they follow the letter of the word rather than the spirit of the word. They're not interested in bearing burdens. Matter of fact, they run as far as they can get away from those who possibly look like they are going through anything. People who are caught up in legalism, they have a picture formed in their mind that religion is perfect and the people therein are to be perfect. That's why they have issues, or had issues in the past in some churches where the ladies couldn't wear makeup. You better not wear no red lipstick. They had issues. People that are in legalism, they had issues with pants in the church. Well, I got issues with dresses if they too short and too tight. I'd rather see you in some some proper fitting pants. I'm talking about the ladies. But there are some who have issues. I believe that the more you come, the more you grow, then you will want to give God your best. So, when we look here, instead, they added to the burdens of others. Don't you know if somebody came in here right now and looked like they just got off a pole, and if we don't ask questions and we kick them out, we may not have known that they just been burnt out of their house and they only have on what they got out the house. And if we are acting too legal, if you will, God then placed it on their heart that, listen, it's time to change your life. I spared your life. It's time to change your actions. You need to get back to the house of the Lord. There go a church right there. So they pulled over in their tops and bottoms. And they only had one pair of shoes because it was close to the door when they took them out last night, and they just happened to be some stilettos. And when they come up in this house, if we say, no, you can't dress like that here, what are we saying to a dying world? What message are we sending to those who are in darkness, seeking to come into the marvelous light? That's why here we try to focus on the fact that, listen, this is not church. This is worship. Because when it's worship, then we come to get ours from God. Yes, we are concerned that you get yours, but we come to be focused on what God has for us, and not so much what you got on, what you look like, what you smell like, what you acting like. Now. I'm not saying you can come and act a fool. We have a section for the fools. It's called the hallway. So now look at how they added to the burdens. This is one of the sins of the Pharisees. Matthew 23:4, and I can't wait for y'all. New Century Version says, they make strict rules. These are people that are legalism. They make strict rules and try to force people to obey them. But they are unwilling to help those who struggle under the weight of their rules. Okay, let me make it a little bit clearer. In the Message version, the same verse, it said, instead of giving you God's law as food and drink by which you can banquet on God, they package it in bundles of rules, loading you down like pack animals. They seem to take pleasure in watching you stagger under these loads and wouldn't think of lifting a finger to help. Guess one more wouldn't hurt. Acts 15:10, the Message version says this. So why are you now trying to out-God God? Loading these new believers down with rules that crushed our ancestors and crushed us too. The legalists are always harder on the people than he is on himself. I'm trying to help you because we done shouted out, don't leave me hanging, don't leave me hanging. But then some of us may have an issue or a problem with helping people. Or we want to give them so strict the rules in the house of God that they can in no wise even live up to when they first get here. What would the house of God be like if we had a sign on the door? What they say, no shirt, no shoes, no service? So understand this, those who are in a mindset where they are being a legalist, number one, they don't have a life and they don't have a ministry. Think about it. All the ones that got on you talking about, ain't that a little too short? Now your skirt is already at your knees and they like, ain't that too short? They don't have a life and they don't have a ministry. They worry about you and your husband. You know, they like, why y'all got to be in two separate cars? Something going on you need to talk to me about? But they getting a ride. They don't have a life and they don't have a ministry. But the Spirit-led Christians that demands more of himself than he does of others, that he might be able to help people. You put yourself at a standard where, listen, you're saying, God, I want you to be able to count on me. When the 911 call comes out in my heart, I want to be positioned to whereas my mind is not scattered, my thoughts are not scattered, my heart is not stone and cold and hard. That's the only way that you can provide assistance in not leaving someone hanging. Listen, you can't even help anyone if you're not focused. You're not strong enough. I mean, really. You can't help anyone if you're not focused because you're not strong enough. Okay, they don't see this. Come here, young man, right there in front of Brother Mike. Yeah, you're in the gray. He pointing to himself like, me? I mean, he's doing just like this. Me? Give me a big brother, strong brother. Look, no man want to stand and be. Who? Brother Chandler? Brother Channing? Okay, come here, Brother AC. Amen. I love volunteers. They like, I don't know what pastor up to. I really don't know. I ain't volunteering. I want you to stand over here. Because I need to help you to understand that, and just face this way. No, not you. I want you to come here. Because let me back up and read what I was saying. Because the Lord is showing me something. It says, you cannot even help anyone if you're not focused. Right? Right? Because you're not even strong enough. Now, when I look at this, if I'm the individual and I'm not focused, now by the way, he's representing God. See, you had a good role. They should have volunteered, huh? So, he's representing God. This brother is representing someone who has lost their way. I'm sorry for your first illustration. You had to be one that lost your way. It's a negative part, but somebody has to play it. So, if he's lost his way, then that means he has turned his back to God. I need y'all to see this, because this might be you. I don't know. Well, I know that you're not playing this part. But I don't know if you are this person or if you are that person. Because if you are this person, you are in the church and you are lost your way, then meaning that you are just being busy, but you're not being busy about God's business. You can in no wise help this person. Do y'all hear me? You can sing all the songs that you want to sing. It's not going to help this person because you're not focused. Because even when God tries to place it on your heart to, hey, make a call out to this brother. He needs to hear from you. You're not going to be focused, and you're going to be calling everybody else except for that brother. This is the amazing thing about it. When we don't respond to God, when God is talking to us, we don't know the repercussions that another will have. It has to be a horrible feeling if you ever get in this position to know that God was speaking to you to call somebody and call them now. That's how God speaks. He wants you to do it now. You don't look and say, but God, it's 2:37 in the morning. No, God wants you to get your head up and call them. Something's going on. And isn't it amazing that every time God places someone on your heart, there is always something going on with them? Now, just imagine if you weren't focused. There are some people who have getting further and further away from God. But you with your church self, it's not a concern to you. You had an opportunity. Let me see you for a second. When they were like this, and then they turned like this, you had an opportunity to reach out to them then. But due to the fact you said, you did like the world say, I'm going to mind my own business. Then they ended up like this. When they was like this, how do you know they was like that, brother pastor? Because they started becoming MIA, missing in action in corporate worship, MIA, missing in action in corporate Bible study. They got out the choir. They stopped coming to church on special events. When you call them, they don't answer your call. And all you got to say, I don't know what's going on with them. And then their life went like that. Enemies pulling at them. You have to stay focused. That's why the scripture says, bear ye one another's burdens. Listen, this is not the ideal. When he like this, you just join them. That's not the ideal. Because now both of y'all is missing church. And then they calling you ain't going today? I ain't going either. What do you think about the choir? I don't like sopranos. What about you? See, they get to the point where they don't even have a voice. I don't like the Sopranos either. I know that's what you want to tell me. Or what do you think about the doorkeeper? See, the enemy have you running it down in your mind. What do you think about such and such situation? You can never talk about your own mishap, because this is what the enemy is doing. And then next thing you know, it's a club over so-and-so. Next thing you know, y'all together. Let me hit that. Y'all walking together in the wrong direction. Man, you got a contraceptive? Because I ain't got nothing. Y'all walking together in the wrong direction. Hey, man, do me a favor. Tell my old lady that I'm with you. Not like that. Look, not like that. He finally played his part. He's like, I don't know, Pastor. Now, let me help y'all out. Tell my old lady, because she thinking that I'm hanging out watching the game at your house. So if she call, tell I'm in the bathroom or something. And then you hit me up on my phone and let me know she called. See how the enemy works? Now, when things get all crazy, then, you know, when y'all really far from God, then it might be, we're going to have to figure out how we explain to my old lady that we together. Now you can step off. So, what I'm saying to you is, stay that way. It's dangerous to be unfocused and to call yourself going to step into the situation when God did not tell you, because you are unfocused. You're not strong enough to handle it. Matter of fact, when you're unfocused, you'll find yourself really putting them in a worse predicament than they already was in. Because in his mind, he's being supported. I got somebody that really understands. So what God is calling you to, when he says, bear ye one another's burdens, when someone has gone astray and they need to get back to God, what God is saying, if you stay focused, then guess what? Then you can step in the midst of the situation. I need you to stiffen up. And take them and put them in God's hands. You can let him down now. That's what God desires from you. When he say, bear ye one another's burdens, you have to be focused in order to get in the midst of that thing. Or else, listen, you cannot possibly carry your brother or sister back to God if you're unfocused.